Program or course. Computer Systems Servicing NC2 Unit of Competency. Apply quality standards. Module. Applying of quality standards. Learning outcome number 2. Assess own work. 2.1. Identify and use documentation relative to quality within the prescribed standard. 2.2. Check completed work against workplace standards relevant to the task undertaken. 2.3. Identify and isolate errors. 2.4. Record information on the quality and other indicators of production performance in accordance with workplace procedures. Learning outcome number 2. Information sheet number 2.1.2. Assessing own work. Workplace procedure is a set of written instructions that identifies the health and safety issues that may arise from the jobs and tasks that make up a system of work. A safe working procedure should be written when designing a new job or task, when changing a job or task, when introducing new equipment, when reviewing a procedure when problems have been identified, example from an accident or incident investigation. The safe working procedure should identify the teacher for the task or job and the students who will undertake the task, the tasks that are to be undertaken that pose risks, the equipment to be used in these tasks, the control measures that have been formulated for these tasks, any training or qualification needed to undertake the task, the personal protective equipment to be worn, action to be undertaken to address safety issues that may arise while undertaking the task. Following certain procedures is very important to perform a given operation. The table below shows different elements and their corresponding performance criteria to be able to identify occupational health and safety hazards, and assess risk, as well as follow instructions and procedure in the workplace with minimal supervision. The students will also be capable of participating and contributing to OHS management issues. Number 1. Identify hazards and assess risk. Number 1.1. Identify hazards in the work area and during the performance of workplace duties. Number 1.2. Assess level of risk. Number 2. Follow procedures and strategies for risk control. Number 2.1. Report hazards in the work area to designated personnel according to workplace procedures. Number 2.2. Follow workplace procedures and work instructions for assessing and controlling risks with minimal supervision. Number 2.3. Whenever necessary, within the scope of responsibilities and competencies, follow workplace procedures for dealing with hazards and incidents, fire and/or other emergencies. Number 3. Contribute to OHS in the workplace. 3.1. Describe employee rights regarding consultation on OHS matters. 3.2. Raise task and/or job-specific OHS issues with appropriate people in accordance with workplace procedures and relevant OHS legislative requirements. 3.3. Contribute to participative arrangement for OHS management in the workplace within organizational procedures and the scope of responsibilities and competencies. 3.4. Provide feedback to supervisor on hazards in work area in line with organizational OHS policies and procedures. 3.5. Provide support in implementing procedures to control risks in accordance with organizational procedures. Work instruction may be verbal, written, in English, in a community language. Provided visually example, video, OHS signs, symbols, and other pictorial, presentation, etc. Controlling risks in the work area may include application of the hierarchy of control, namely, eliminate the risk, reduce, minimize the risk through engineering controls, administrative controls, personal protective equipment. Reports identifying workplace hazards may be verbal or written and may include face-to-face, phone messages, notes, memos, specially designed report forms. Examples of OHS issues which may need to be raised by workers with designated personnel may include hazards identified, problems encountered in managing risks associated with hazards, clarification on understanding of OHS policies and procedures, communication and consultation processes. Follow up on reports and feedback. Effectiveness of risk controls in place. Training needs. Examples of contributions may include recommendations on changes to work processes, equipment or practices, listening to the ideas and opinions of others in the team, sharing opinions, views, knowledge and skills, identifying and reporting risks and hazards, using equipment according to guidelines and operating manuals. Types and work-related errors. A. Quantity of work, untimely completion, limited production. Number 1. Poor prioritizing, timing, scheduling. Number 2. Lost time, tardiness, absenteeism, leaving without permission, excessive visiting, phone use, break time, use of the internet, misuse of sick leave. Number 3. Slow response to work requests, untimely completion of assignments. Number 4. Preventable accidents. B. Quality of work, failure to meet quality standards. Number 1. Inaccuracies, errors. Number 2. Failure to meet expectations for product quality, cost or service. Number 3. Customer, client dissatisfaction. Number 4. Spoilage and or waste of materials. Number 5. Inappropriate or poor work methods. Work behavior which results in performance problems. A. Inappropriate behavior, often referred to as poor attitude. Negativism, lack of cooperation, hostility, failure or refusal to follow instructions, unwillingness to take responsibility, passing the buck, insubordination, power games. B. Resistance to change, unwillingness, refusal or inability to update skills, resistance to policy, procedure, work method changes, lack of flexibility in response to problems. C. Inappropriate interpersonal relations, inappropriate communication style, over-aggressive, passive, impatient, inconsiderate, argumentative, destructive humor, sarcasm, horseplay, fighting, inappropriate conflict with others, customers, coworkers, supervisors. D. Inappropriate physical behavior, smoking, eating, drinking in inappropriate places, sleeping on the job, alcohol or drug use, problems with personal hygiene, threatening, hostile, or intimidating behavior.